Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Panthor from the Masters of the Universe Origins line from Mattel. Since we had Battle Cat in Wave 1, it would make sense that Panthor isn't very far behind. He is a complete, just straight repaint of Battle Cat, just without the helmet armor. So it is a purple cat with a green saddle. I do have to say that I think the color combination is very cool, and definitely a very villain-inspired color scheme, which I enjoy. Now you might be asking yourself, hey, why isn't this guy flocked? The original toy back in the day was flocked, and I believe Mattel has said that there is going to be a flocked version in the future. I think it's going to be a Walmart exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they've 100% confirmed that yet. They just kind of mentioned it when they were talking about the new figures at PowerCon later. I guess, well, I was going to say earlier this year, but actually last year. So I think a flocked version is coming. But this is just kind of the normal plastic version. Is it a way to trick people into buying two? Possibly. I think I'm going to stick with just this one. I gotta be honest, personally, I'm not a huge fan of flocked toys. I do appreciate that they're offering a flocked version for fans of the original toy line because he was flocked back in the day. It's just weird to me to have Battle Cat not flocked and then have Panthor flocked. I kind of want a consistency, so I think I'm just going to stick with the normal plastic versions for me personally. Again, I'm glad they're doing it because it's faithful to the original toy line, so I'm glad it's happening. Just for me personally, I don't care about it that much. But anyway, let's talk about the packaging. You have this really nice window packaging here. The artwork is really cool. They've been crushing it on the artwork for this packaging. Very kind of retro, nostalgic packaging, and the artwork has been kind of in the style of the original packaging. I really have to say, the original 80s packaging had some amazing artwork. When I go to shows, well, when I used to go to shows, and I would see people have like original pieces, I would always ask them if it's okay if I can take a picture just because I really appreciate that original artwork. And they've done a pretty good job, not necessarily 100% replicating it, but just doing something kind of in the same style that's reminiscent. And I just love this up here. I think this looks absolutely fantastic. And really, the entire box, the artwork, like, yes, it's a huge window here in the front, but you can see that the picture kind of extends onto the side. You have these little dinosaur looking lizards over here on this side. If we come over here, you can see Fisto is teaming up with some kind of centaur person that I am not familiar with at all. I don't know if that's an original Motu character or they just made him up for this packaging. I really don't know. But you can see even up here on the top of the box, you have Castle Grayskull, Tila riding a unicorn, I'm thinking, and then He-Man and Battle Cat, running towards Skeletor and Panthor kind of on this cliff. So really cool packaging, really, really neat. And then you have the new for 21, modern posing retro play, all that kind of stuff going on. Not really anything going on the bottom. Also, I have to call out, Panthor is billed as the Savage Cat, an awesome, fearless fighter, removable armor, carries Skeletor into battle. So, just really selling the toy to you right there. But if we take a look on the back, we have some more really cool artwork. This time we have Battle Armored Skeletor facing off against Battle Armored He-Man, riding Battle Cat over here with kind of Man-at-Arms just hanging out over here on the side. But again, just some really cool artwork, really, really nicely done. And then if we pan down a little bit, you can see, now I gotta be honest with you, I'm not 100% if Panthor is Wave 2, Wave 3. I'm assuming Wave 3 because they didn't really do any vehicles for Wave 2. Wave 1 had vehicles, Wave 2 was just 4 more figures, and then Wave 3 kind of has these deluxe figures. Panthor is here. Obviously, we have Zodak, we have She-Ra, Roboto, Merman. Still can't find a Merman, by the way. Still trying to find a Merman. So I'm not sure. And the deluxe figures, are they part of Wave 3? Are they just deluxe Wave 1? Are they doing their own thing? I guess it's not really that important, but I'm curious. But then it shows how you can take the saddle off, which you can if you want to. And then, of course, he has articulation. So that's what they're boasting there as his play features. But I'm really enjoying the Battle Armor characters. I don't have Skeletor yet, but I did review He-Man and I actually really, really enjoyed that figure. So very much looking forward to Battle Armored Skeletor because that was one I didn't have as a kid. I did have He-Man, but did not have Skeletor. So looking forward to tracking him down. And of course, Merman still eludes me. Gotta find him. So again, really love the packaging. Figure looks really cool. Let's go ahead. Let's get him out of the box. Let's take a closer look. So here is Panthor out of the packaging. Really nice shade of purple. I like that a lot. I love that they painted the eyes yellow. I think that looks really good. Mouth opens. They did paint the inside of the mouth red. And you have, of course, white teeth. Black nose, all very nicely done. The rest of him is pretty much all purple, so all of the paint applications are just on his head, but that's fine. That's the only paint applications you really need. He does, of course, have the saddle up there, and you can see how that extends all the way down to his tail. So as far as articulation goes, you can move the head around in a ball joint at the base of the head, base of the skull, I guess I should say, and then you have a hinge at the base of the neck. You do have open and closing mouth. You have a swivel. I kind of wish these had like a hinge joint so you could kind of have them go out to the side a little bit, but they do not. You just have a swivel there. You have a bend at, I guess, his elbow, and then you have a swivel as well, and then from here down is one solid piece. But you do have some nice paws molded in there, and then the back legs are pretty much exactly the same. You have the movement there. You have the hinge and swivel, and then for the tail you have a hinge and rotation as well. So pretty decent articulation, but it would have been nice if you had a joint down here in his, you know, quote-unquote ankles. And I would have liked some ability to move the legs a little bit out to the side so you could kind of get him in a little bit more like crouching pose, like he's ready to strike or something like that. But otherwise, he's pretty cool. I do like the paint applications, and I do like the color scheme. Now, of course, we have to do a comparison with Battle Cat so that you can see it really is the exact same toy, just differently painted. I'll go ahead and take his helmet off, which is funny. Sometimes when I'm trying to get it on, I cannot get it to click on correctly, and then when I finally do get it to click on, it never comes off. So he does have the green eyes with just the black pupils, which I did think was a little weird there, but I definitely think Panthor has the better painted face. He's also got his nose painted, which Cringor technically in this mode does not have. But otherwise, it's the exact same toy. So if you only need one version of this, you know, maybe you want to just pick your favorite and go from there. But if you do want both versions, I think they're both nicely painted. They have the exact same articulation. They really are just the exact same toy. We could probably, even if we wanted to, put this on here if I had to guess, just to see what it looks like. There you go. See? You can even clip that on. Now he's kind of Christmas cat. It's got the red and the green going. I think it's funny, though, for the Mega Construct version of Panthor, they did include a little green helmet piece. I guess just because, you know, when they're making the toys, they probably just did a run. So they gave you a hood that matched the color for Mega Construct's Panthor. Obviously, that did not happen here, as it doesn't make any sense. But I thought that was funny with the Mega Constructs one. But if you wanted to put this helmet on him, you can, because again, it is the exact same toy as Battle Cat, just repainted. Real quick, I wanted to bring in Origins Skeletor. Like I said, I don't have the Battle Armored Skeletor just yet. But of course, regular Skeletor can ride on here as well. So you just kind of drop him right here. Now, he does have the skirt that will kind of get in the way. So you could either kind of have this go over top or try to rotate it to the side or something. Or if you just don't mind, you can just have it go down there. But he can easily ride on there. And then he looks pretty good riding Panthor into battle. Can he go down farther than that? Yeah, he can go down a little bit further. But honestly, I think that's fine. He fits. He looks cool. You can't go wrong with Skeletor riding Panthor. Definitely pretty cool. I think the Battle Armored Skeletor will probably look better just because his color scheme will be a little bit darker and will kind of match Panthor. There won't be as much bright blue showing. But OG Skeletor still looks pretty good as well. So I think Panthor is pretty cool. I really do like the paint applications on the head. Although I did just notice the seam down the center here where I guess the two halves of the head get assembled. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but it's kind of really noticeable now that I see it and I can't unsee it, which is a bummer. I don't think it should be an issue though. The head still feels pretty solid. But the paint applications on the head look great. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, all really well done. But that's really it. That's the only paint applications on the whole toy. Otherwise, it's just a big chunk of purple plastic. But I will say the texturing is nice. The way they molded in the fur is really effective. I really like the paws on the bottom of his feet. I mean, if you liked Battle Cat, you're going to like Panthor. It's the same toy. It's just it doesn't have the helmet, and it has Just a little bit more paint on the face, I guess, because of that. I'm not really sure. All the articulation is exactly the same. It's really just the villain's equivalent of Battle Cat. But I'm here for it. I do like it. Now, if you want to hold out for the flocked version, you know, that might be an option. It's really up to you if you need both versions or if you're going to just buy one or the other. It's really just kind of a your mileage will vary situation, depending on what your preference is. But I think he looks good. I'm happy to pick him up and add him to the collection. Of course, I wish he had more articulation, but what are you going to do? I mean, I said the same thing about Battle Cat. It seems kind of silly to harp on it again since it's just the exact same toy. But this guy comes in at $25, the same as Battle Cat. I would have gladly paid $30 just to get a little bit more articulation. I would really like to kind of put him in kind of like a crouching position where I could splay these arms out a little bit so he could kind of crouch down further. You know, kind of like a devilish, you know, about to pounce position, but unfortunately just can't really do it. But what are you going to do? I think he looks good. You know, is he perfect? Probably not. But he's certainly an improvement over the original toy, which had absolutely no articulation whatsoever. So, pretty easy to beat that. But yeah, I think he's fun. If you want to be a completionist and pick him up, go for it. If you want to wait for the flocked version, also a possibility. Or if you just want Skeletor to ride another vehicle and you're just happy with only Battle Cat, that's fine too. We have the Land Shark coming out later on this year, which I'm also very excited for. So maybe you want to pass on Panthor and go with the Land Shark. That's a possibility. Or get both. Why not both? So yeah, he's fun. Like I said, he's not perfect, but he's as good as Battle Cat was because it is the same toy. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.